Hi, on this lesson I will discuss about server-based authentication. Local implementation of AAA are acceptable in very small networks. However, local authentication does not scale well. Most corporate environments have multiple Cisco routers, switches, and other infrastructure devices, multiple router administrators, and hundreds or thousands of users needing access to the corporate LAN. Maintaining a local database on each device for this size of network is not feasible. To solve this challenge, one or more AAA servers can be used to manage the user and administrative access needs for an entire corporate network. The servers can create a central user and administrative access database to which all devices in the network can refer. The databases store user account information and passwords, allowing for central administration of user accounts. There are two types of AAA server, TACACS and Radius. With TACACS, it separates authentication and authorization. TACACS encrypts all communication and utilizes TCP port 49. With Radius server, it combines Radius authentication and authorization as one process. It encrypts only the password and utilizes UDP. It supports remote access technology and session initiation protocol. To configure AAA server-based authentication, Step 1. We enable AAA by using the command AAA new model. Step 2. Specify the IP address of the AAA servers by using two commands. TACACS or Radius server, enter the name, and then the command address IPv4 and enter the IP address. Please note that Package Tracer only supports command TACACS server host or Radius server host. Step 3. Configure the secret key by using command key and then enter the key. Step 4. Configure authentication to use either the TACACS or Radius server by using the command AAA authentication login default, group TACACS or group Radius or local. This command means the first authentication using TACACS server, second with the Radius server, and finally with a local username database. It is important to realize that the router will only attempt to authenticate using Radius if the TACACS server is not reachable. Likewise, the routers would only attempt to authenticate using the local database if the TACACS and Radius servers are unavailable. Part 3. Configure server-based AAA authentication using TACACS on router 2. Step 1. Configure a backup local database entry called admin. Step 2. Verify the TACACS server configuration. As you can see, the AAA service is on. And we can click on the network configuration and the client name, client IP, server type, and the key. So we get all the information on the network configuration. About user setup, we have the username admin2 with the password. Step 3. Configure the TACACS server specifics on router 2. Step 4. Configure AAA login authentication for console access on router 2. Step 5. Configure the live console to use a defined AAA authentication method. Step 6. Verify the AAA authentication method. As you can see, I successfully logged in to router 2 using the account on the TACACS server.